Well, good morning, everybody. It is official. It is time to get our property tour started today. We love doing these every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. as we're a national community of investors. My name is Scott Buckholtz. I'm your host. We also have Yas Hakan, our co-host, and we love to feature and spotlight an investor or a team of investors from our community. Today, we've got a powerful couple coming out of Utah that is going to be sharing their extreme house hack and also kind of what led up to that. So this is going to be a real fun property tour. And again, we do these every Saturday morning. So we love to see you coming out again and again. And again, as us being a community of national investors here, we love sharing what our investors and our community are doing. And today, this is going to be kind of a neat. This is a house hack, but there's a little twist to it where Laura and Ryan are going to share what led up to this, which is going to be really neat. So to kind of kick things off, let's go ahead and bring Ryan and Laura out, if we could.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. I'm going to try to get my camera on here. There we go. Fantastic. Ryan, Laura, we're so honored and privileged to have you out today. Thank you for taking time out to share your story and kind of what you're doing there. And I know you guys are, just incredible leaders in our community and, constantly, involved in real estate, building our community, not only locally there in the Utah market, but also across the country. So we're really, really excited you guys are out. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Scott. Well, we're very happy to be here and nice to meet everybody. My name is Laura and this is my husband, Ryan. I'm originally from Colombia and my husband is from California. We met about 17 years ago, got married, been happily married from all the time with 3 beautiful kids, two boys and a girl, and it's been a beautiful journey. We met Renatus about 7.5 years ago, and it has changed our life forever. It really, before my husband was a video producer, and I was a homemaker. And when we know about Renatus, I really wanted to do this long time ago. My husband as well. So we're like, let's do this. This is awesome, and it really has transformed our lives. Before Renatus, we were kind of close to lose a house. Our credit was damaged, and we didn't have any money. So when we started with education, we really started taking it seriously and start learning amazing things. One of the first things that we learned and that we started applying was 2 of the classes. Well, actually 3 of the classes. It was the credit, and we start fixing our credit. Another one was the velocity banking. We had already a small HELOC, and we were able to leverage it and start doing the velocity banking with that one. And it took us, it was amazing. In only 6 months, we were able to pay a ton of debt that we couldn't before because we didn't know how to use our money wisely and how to really pay the banks so they don't win, we win. We still pay interest, but not as much, right? So the system works amazing. And also we start applying the taxes. All the amazing benefits that we have as a real estate investors, as a business owners, that we didn't have before, that we didn't know as a business owner. He was a business owner, but he didn't know how to really wisely reduce our taxes or pay your taxes. So we're paying a ton of taxes before, and this completely changed everything. Then continue study, and about 3 months we got our first house, and we bought it in an amazing system that is called subject to a sister mortgage. And we're able to help a guy that he was very sick. He was going to lose his house. The bank was going to take it in about a month. So we came and were able to help him. And we bought the house for $12,000. And then we put $40,000 in fixes that we fixed it. put it really pretty because it was a disaster before. The house was destroyed. So we were able to fix it, and then we're able to make 40,000 from that transaction. And we actually, the most beautiful thing was that we were able to help him in his problem. And he got out with money. He got out in a decent way. He didn't lose his credit. He didn't go to bankruptcy. And that was beautiful. And that's our first about 6 months journey that we start with it. And my husband is going to talk more about a little bit about the second house, but we're going to show you first this house, and we're going to walk through a little bit, only in the down part. We're not going to show everything, but then we're going down the basement and show you what we're going to do there. Okay.
Well, before you move around, guys, can you explain a little bit what a house hack is? We've got a lot of guests on today, kind of checking our community out, trying to figure out this whole thing about real estate investing. So kind of explain what house hacking is.
Yeah, for sure. So there's kind of two different types of home buyers, right? You have your normal home buyer, who is somebody who says, I'm going to work with an agent and go get a mortgage from the bank and look and see what houses are for sale. And that's how I'm going to buy my house if I want to become a homeowner. And then you have the investor category. And the investors, we use very different strategies as far as how we find the houses, how we fund them, how we negotiate them, what we do with them, how we leverage them. And so because, one thing that common home buyers or normal home buyers sometimes will do is something called house hacking, where you'll say, okay, we're going to buy a house, and then we buy it normally, and then we live in it for maybe, 4 or 5 years. And then when we're ready for a bigger house, because now there's a couple more kids in the family or whatever, now we're going to buy another house, a newer one, a bigger one. But rather than selling our old one, we're going to keep it, and we're going to use it as a rental. And they kind of, do it that way. So one of the strategies that we've developed is, rather than following that traditional house hacking method, is because of the knowledge that we've acquired as investors, we've applied those advanced strategies to what used to be a very simple, not super powerful, cool, but not super powerful strategy, to make it a game-changing strategy. And so it's really taking where you live personally with your family, and rather than making it a liability where it's just sucking money out of your pocket every month, paying the bills, paying the mortgage, all that stuff, and it's a burden, to making it an incredible cash flowing asset that continues to give us an incredible experience of a really nice, pretty new place to live, and generates consistent cash flow for us and increases our net worth tremendously.
Yeah. So
that's awesome.
For the years, we've been doing a lot of fix and flips. We've been doing wholesaling, lending. We've been doing commercial mortgages and, different things, strategies. But the house hacking is coming kind of from a line of a personal house that we decided to keep. We flip it, and then we decided to keep it. And then and we bought the house without money, without zero money out of our pocket. So that's the power, is to show people that even if they don't want to do real estate because it's not in their interest, whatever, but how they can do with their own house, right? How they can, like my husband was saying, you utilize your own house, and then from there being super successful. So what we're going to show you today is not the other flips and the strategies that we have done, but it is how with one house we continue doing so much amazing things and then be able to have this house.
Yeah,
not many other houses.
It's implementing investing strategies that we use all the time as investors to a personal, familial approach. And so we still do, that would be a conversation for another day, all the other deals that we've done straight investors. And we've got some incredible, funny, scary, awesome stories. But this is a personal family thing of how can we apply all those incredible business investing strategies here for our family.
Yep.
That's wonderful. That's really great. I'm glad you shared that. I did get a message from someone wanting to know what subject to was. You referred to that earlier. That's a great strategy that a lot of investors use. Can you take 10 seconds out or so and explain that?
Sure. Normally, when you purchase a property, you as the purchaser, your financing replaces the financing of the seller. So you get a mortgage or loan and it pays off the seller's loan and you now own the property. Subject to is when you purchase a property subject to the pre-existing financing, meaning you use the seller's mortgage to finance the purchase for you. It's not an assumption, it's different. And that's what it is. Using the seller, in that case, it was the seller's mother who had passed away several months prior. He used a deceased woman's mortgage to purchase a house, which sounds super illegal, but trust me, it is not. And when you know how to do it right, powerful strategy.
That's amazing. That is powerful. So did you say you want to kind of take us through the house, or what would you like to do next?
Yes, we're just gonna, just a second. We're gonna switch audio. That way we don't get feedback over to the phone, and we'll do a quick walkthrough for you.
Awesome.
Okay. Should be, hopefully everyone's hearing me. Are you hearing me okay here?
Yes, we are. Loud and clear.
Okay, perfect. We just came over here to the phone. All right. So now you might make sure you speak loudly so they can hear you on the phone.
Should we start there? Well, really fast. We're not going to show the whole house. You will see the picture of the outside. Ryan will show you later. But we moved in this house about 2.5 months ago. We started building it about a year ago. And because of all the craziness things that was happening with real estate coming down in prices, we were able to negotiate the price down for almost $200,000 in this house.
On a brand new build.
On a brand new building, yeah. So we love the strategy of building new houses and be able, while they are building it, the price value goes up. And we have done that already, 2 times. And in each house, the first one that we built, we had about $200,000 in only 1 year of appreciation. And then in this one, we actually bought it for $900,000. And when they came to appraisal right before we closed, they valued it for $1 million. So we had, actually was $890,000. So we have $110,000 in equity already in a brand new house. So that was really powerful.
Even though the market had gone down during the time of construction, because we know how to negotiate. We've learned how to negotiate and build it right, and what to do and what not to do.
Yeah, and the builder, they were kind of afraid because a lot of people were getting out of the houses, right? So we knew that was happening, and we say, well, we need to negotiate the price down, and we did it. So it was awesome. This is the house. It's really fast. We love it. We came here. We saw many different houses when we were looking what floor plan we wanted. And we love this one. It's a very open floor plan. It's big. It has a big island. The area of the kitchen, we kind of amplify a little bit more. We pay a little bit more for amplifying and make it deeper in that area. And that door right there is the pantry. It's a huge pantry. It's a mess right now, so we're not going to show it. But this is the kitchen. It's big, it's wide. I love my kitchen. I like to cook here. This is the area of the shoes, etc. And big. And you see, this is the master bedroom, which we love it because it's separate from our kids. area.
We have our own wing, a
Our
separate
own
wing of the
Yes.
master
So
bedroom,
here,
bath,
it's
and
all the way, and then the bathroom goes to the beginning. It's a big bathroom, big closet is beautiful.
nobody
And
wants to
then-
hear kids' feet trampling upstairs above them when they're trying to sleep at night.
And then that's the area of the kids. They have, we call it their own apartment because they have a family room as well, the
Yeah.
TV area. And then they have the bedrooms. They have their own, they have two bathrooms, one for the girl and the
Yep.
boys share one. And then we have the laundry upstairs.
Yep, 3-bed, 2-bath up there.
Yes. And then in here, well, this is the hall within. Then we have our little, this is a little office slash
Ooh.
Zen room, we call it, because it's the relaxation room.
Relaxation.
Room.
And let me tell you, we got a beautiful, I don't know if you can see here, but we got a beautiful view of the mountains from the front. So
Yeah. And then here, this is
everyone needs a relaxation room in their life, Chad. No
so
worries.
we saw many floor plans that were really beautiful. But when we came to this one, what we really love it was the basement because it's so huge. And we're thinking, okay, what can we do in the basement? We had many big houses where we never did pretty much anything with the basement. We're just using it for ourselves, but we really didn't use it as much. One of the things that we do love our basements is to do a cinema. We like cinema.
Oh, yeah. Because you can go to the movie theater. But why go to the movie theater when you can just go to the movie theater that's in your house? Right?
So I'm going to show you from here. This is just under the stairs. The kids are going to be playing. We'll do a fun playhouse for the kids in there so they can go and hide and play.
There's going to be a mirror here that goes over the door. It's a hidden kids clubhouse underneath the stairs. The kids are super stoked for that. So it'll be a hidden room.
We just have the storage. This is a big storage area. That one, and then this is another storage. This is the cold room, what we call it, but we don't put in there. We just put the stuff. More storage for junk. No, we don't have junk. We got rid of that. And then this door right here is going to be for the apartment that we're building to rent. So that will help to pay half of our mortgage. And we'll show you that soon.
So that's an access door that will remain closed for now. And one thing I think it's important to mention is, you know, this house is 5,000 square feet. And so over the years, we've figured out how much space we need for our family. And so we designed it so that we have more than enough space for us to live comfortably. And rather than wasting the additional space, we're taking advantage of it.
Yes, and that is very important, right? Figure it out what is important for you and your family. Be very comfortable, have everything that you want, that you need, and etc. And then if you have some left, why not to take advantage of that and rent it, right? Make some money. Or help paying the mortgage for that. Yeah. And this, we love it. This is our cinema. It's going to be 3-row, one, two, and then 3 chairs. And then that wall will be completely a screen. So it's big. How big it is?
It's 135-inch diagonal, 4K, Dolby Atmos, surround sound, fully acoustically and light treated. We take things seriously when we do our home theaters. Yes, it is an incredible experience.
He knows one of the things about video, sounds, music. So it will be amazing.
With dual 18-inch, 2,000-watt amplified subwoofers. Yeah, your whole body shakes when you watch movies.
And then this is the entrance of the apartment down here. They will have their own entrance in there, and the patio will be completely separated from our patio.
Stairs.
So everything will be separated from us, the backyard and everything. And then we come in here, and then it will be the door for the cinema because we wanted to have access from the cinema to the outside. just in case we need to leave something fast, whatever, we have access to the exits, very easy. And then this is a mechanical room, and then it will be another door in here coming to the apartment.
So where you're standing right now is a shared hallway. The entryway to the apartment is not only does that door this egress through the outdoor stairs whenever we want without intruding on the apartment, it also is a value add for our renters that allows us to charge more, because one of the perks of them living here is using an electronic lock. We're going to give them access to the home theater so they can watch movies with their family and friends.
Yeah, we can share the cinema because we don't use it all the time, right?
Yeah.
And then this is a one bedroom, or maybe a king. It's a good size bedroom. You come here, and then this is the kitchen will be in this area, and then will be a family / dining table in this area. So
yeah, so the kind of the dining area is there, right there on the edge of the window. That's where the cabinets are going to start. So that's the sink goes right there over the. We've got a nice, real big 6-foot island going here, and then cabinets all around the corner. You've got a microwave goes there. Your range goes there. We got a what is it called? Fridge, and then a floor to ceiling pantry will be here. So a really nice, big, beautiful, beautiful kitchen.
That would be there, yeah. And then in here, let's go to the.
This is a long-term traditional rental, Samuel.
Yes, long-term traditional rental. Here will be the laundry room. So it will be a stack up machines in here. And then this is another very spacious white bedroom with their own closet. And then that will be, this is the bathroom for, let's say, the kids.
Yep.
The bathroom.
Full bath.
And then this will be the master bedroom. They will have their own private bathroom as well. And then they will have it's wide and big.
Yeah, plenty of space for a king size bed as well as other furniture in here.
We're not able to decide where to put the TV in the wall, so we made holes in there and in there.
Take your pick. Where do you want to hang your TV? You can choose.
And then here is the closet, the walk-in closet with the master.
So the apartment itself is a 3-bed, 2-bath apartment, completely independent with laundry, full service, access to the home theater, as well as a private patio space for them on the side of the house, as well as access to the community amenities here, which include a fitness center, a swimming pool, parks, walking trails. So it's really, and very, very close to schools, to elementary schools, brand new elementary school, brand new high school, as well as oh yeah, massive shopping center.
Walmart, Costco, all type of stores, and clothing stores and everything. It's a very growing city. It's Harriman in Utah.
Now, Ryan, when you guys had the house built, or when the house was built, did you already plumb for all your water and everything for the basement, or did you have to do that after the fact?
Yeah, that's a great question. Yes, we did. We worked directly with an architect to prepare everything. To prepare everything from the get-go. So it was already
beautiful.
Yeah, it was. We were already all of the core things and basically all the structural, the structural things as far as 9-foot ceilings in the basement and all that kind of stuff, and all of the bigger windows, blowing out all the walls. I mean, this house, the layout, we Frankensteined it quite a bit from what the original plan was that the architect drew. Mm-hmm. We made a lot of changes to make it work for our goals, and we're really pleased with it. So,
well, a lot of great comments. People absolutely love the design and the layout, and you did answer for someone earlier, Ryan. You're planning on doing a long-term rental?
Correct.
correct?
We've tried short-term rentals. It's just not our jam. And our investor ID, now saying that, we have many friends who love short-term rentals, who make a killing on short-term rentals. It's just, for our investor ID, short-term rentals is not it for us. We have other things that we do. And that's why I love how versatile real estate investing is it's not one size fits all. You try it out, it might be a good fit for you. If not, you switch to a different strategy. And so for us, definitely the long-term rentals is more in our wheelhouse.
And I will say that's the beauty and the amazing and the blessing that is the being educated, right? Because when you know so many strategies, you really can have the power to pick and choose what if it's better for you, for your family, for your needs, for what you want to do in life, right? We love to travel a lot. And one of the things that we're doing right now is going to live to Colombia, which is my country, and we love it so much. We bought a house in there. Well, we'll share more a little bit about that. Sorry. But we'll be there for 5 months of the year, right? So we needed to accommodate everything to be able to do that for our family. So
everything was very strategic.
Yeah.
In how we do it.
And then the numbers of this house is simple. We pay $5,000 in mortgage because of the increase, right? The increase of the interest rates right now. So it took us to $5,000 a month, which is more expensive than we wanted it. But doing the apartment, it would be $2,500 a month, right? That they would pay us. So that would cover half of the mortgage. So that would put us in $2,500 that would pay for this house. And that's not even a rent, right? People imagine a renting this house would be about $4,000.
Our tenants on our rental properties, most of them pay a lot more than that for rent. And so, and once again, we're not sacrificing our space, our comfort, our privacy. I mean, how everything is designed. There's going to be people living in part of the basement, but we're not even going to notice that they're there. They're going to hear us, but we're not going to hear them.
Oh, we put really good protection, soundproof between the floors, and they
spray in insulation in the entire main level. So I mean, there's specific things. Yeah. So,
and the doors will be
solid doors. Yeah.
Solid doors.
So we will be So we've been doing this for a couple of years, so we've learned a lot. Let's maybe dive into the numbers.
Sure.
So I'm going to swap off of this camera and go back to the computer. So bear with me a moment here.
So while Ryan's doing that, guys, I did want to mention, if you're on today as a guest and you're kind of checking out the community, you're checking out, what real estate investing is all about and how we do it, and you'd like to learn more about our community, about a lot of the training and the classes that Laura has talked about quite a bit, we have right after today, like right after this Zoom property tour, at 5 after the hour, at the top of the hour, we actually have a live overview where you can learn more about our community. You can check out more things about what we do and how we do it, and the classes and the education. It's on a different link, so you'll need to text or get back to who invited you, and they can actually get you set up, and you can jump on that after this. So I did want to mention that. Ryan, what about the time to do this basement renovation? Do you guys have a budget on time?
How long ago did they start?
A month.
About a month
and a half.
But yeah, we're about a month and a half into it, and we're about a month and a half from being done. I don't know if you could tell on the video, but it's fully textured. They're gonna prime it this week. All of the wood flooring is installed. Anywhere that there was bare floor, that's because that's carpet. So the flooring is ready, and this week they're going to be priming everything and doing all of the carpentry. So installing base, case, doors, all that this upcoming week. So we're getting pretty close to paint. Cabinets are on order. They're ready to be delivered. So
like another month, probably.
Yeah. Probably even less. Yeah, probably about another month and we'll be done.
Wow, that's a 90-day turnaround. That's pretty darn quick.
Well, we were running once again, it goes back to education and learning. So we actually we've been running multiple crews. So we've got, so we didn't show you, but the outside, we've got a beautiful patio with colored and stamped concrete and a hot tub and all these things that we've added outside. So the outdoor crew has been doing all of the outdoor stuff as far as excavating for the basement, pouring cement, doing all that, while we've had indoor crews working on those things. So we divide and conquer to make things go faster, because we have a little bit of a deadline, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, where we need to get things done before we take off.
Awesome.
So, okay, I'm sharing my screen. Yep, you guys see the screen. So I'm going to take you guys through a little bit of numbers. You're able to see what a little bit of the visuals. Now let's talk a little bit about the numbers. Here is, of course, the front of the house. What we've done here is, and once again, I want to reiterate, this is specifically how we have applied the investing education and strategies that we've learned for our family personally. As we wear our hats as investors running our business of building a portfolio, flipping, our lending business, all these other things that we're doing, that is very specifically straight as investors. This was, the domino effect I'm going to share with you is how can we apply these strategies to benefit us and our 3 kids? And so that's what we've done here. Started off with our second property that we purchased, which was a 2,600 square foot, 5-bed, 3-bath, single family home. We purchased this one in 2016. Here's a photo showing the kitchen before. The house was built in 62, I think, 1962. It was a small old house, ugly, and we completely renovated it. So that's what the kitchen looked like afterwards. So a little before and an after to give you an idea. Now, this purchase, we flipped it and then we refinanced it. So when we purchased it, we bought it with zero money out of pocket. 1, because we wanted to use the creative strategies we had learned, and 2, because we didn't have money to buy it. So we kind of had to use zero out of pocket because we didn't have money to put up at that point in time. We purchased it for $180,000. And then 3 months later, when we finished the rehab on it, was it 3 or 4 months? Well, doesn't matter.
3 months.
3 months later, we finished the rehab. We refinanced it with the bank, and it was appraised at $280,000. So we increased the value. We had $100,000 in equity within the first 3 months because we completely transformed the house. Now, with what we were doing, we ended up not with a mortgage, but with a line of credit as the only debt against the house, and which resulted in a monthly payment of $185 a month. Because it wasn't a mortgage, an amortized mortgage, it was a line of credit. So we were paying $185 a month for
interest.
Yeah, interest only payments of $185 a month for a 2,600 square foot house, that 5-bed, 3-bath, completely renovated, 100% on the inside, brand new on the inside. So we were very comfortable. Everything was to our liking. It was great. Now, using some of those financial strategies that we learned from the classes, we were able to accelerate that payoff due to the other investments that we were doing, the other projects, fix and flips and things like that. So we were able to actually pay it off in 6 months and then turn around and re-leverage that property for some babies. So that house gave us babies, and we bought a 6-plex. Now, this 6-plex was 120 years old. Boy, have we got some stories about this property. We had some adventures, the dead cat, the dead guy, the bugs, the squatters, we got stories about this one. But needless to say, we were able to purchase this 6-plex. Now, what we did on the 6-plex was not a residential flip, which we've done many of those, but a commercial fix and flip. So commercial fix and flip is a little bit different. You're focused more on NOI rather than focused on, the tile and the flooring and the light fixtures. So we were able to fund the down payment from money from the line of credit from property number 1. And the mortgage, of course, was paid by the tenants. And while we owned it as landlords, we were netting to $2,000 per month net cash flow on that 6-plex. And as the 6-plex is located in Ogden, Utah, for those of you who know the area, just north of about an hour north of Salt Lake City. Now with this property, we decided, okay, after a while, we were ready to offload it. And we said, you know what we would like? It's time for us to get a more comfortable space. The property number one has been great for us to live, but now we're ready to get into a little more space. So we went and designed and built a 5,100 square foot, 8-bed, 5-bathroom, single family home. And this is one that we were able to fund the down payment from our sixplex. So you may be saying, well, how do we fund it from the sixplex? It got to the point on the sixplex where we had flipped it and we decided, all right, let's sell this now. We're done with this property. We'd had it for a couple of years and had good cash flow. Rather than selling it traditionally, we decided to sell it with seller financing. And so we mentioned before the subject to strategy. Well, we actually sold that sixplex using subject to. We sold it subject to the existing commercial mortgage that we had on the property. And so our buyer was happy. He was able to easily qualify. We were able to make a great spread as far as the interest rate, as far as the amortization scale, as far as purchase price. So we were able to milk a profit from quite a few different areas. So it was a really great investment. And with that, he gave us a just over $100,000 down payment.
120.
So $120,000 down payment. So that down payment that he gave us for the sixplex, we turned around and put on Preston is the name of this house here, on Preston. Now, the mortgage and utilities on that house were, of course, paid by number one and number two. And so we were able to enjoy living in that house by ourselves for free. For how many years do we live there?
In what? In this one?
In Preston.
2.5.
2.5. So we lived there for 3 years. We lived there for 3 years in this house. That was a photo of right when we bought it. Our youngest son is wearing a Paw Patrol costume. I love that photo. Paw Patrol. And so we lived there for free. And so, yeah, incredible. I mean, people would hear that, they'd be like, how do you live here for free? Knowledge. That's how we live here for free. So we finished the basement, cost about $60,000 to finish the basement on that one. And then.
And once again, we took that one from Hillock from the other house.
Yeah.
So even making the basements, we don't use our own money, right? We use the bank's money all the time.
Exactly. Now, a few final numbers before I move on to the next page. On property number one, I said we bought it for $180,000. Currently, it's worth $535,000, and it is paid. So we've got some great equity there that we can tap into because it's paid off. And currently, that property is rented for $2,800 a month. So on a traditional rental, so we're loving the cash flow there. On the sixplex, because we sold that with seller financing, that has been great. So we're carrying the note or the loan on that for $325,000. And then we're currently receiving $1,000 a month in cash flow. And I believe in 2 years, the balloon is in 2 years, meaning even though their payment is amortized over a longer period of time, they have to pay us in full
2024.
in 2020. Is it 2024? No, I think it's January 2025.
Oh.
Anyways, at some point, we are going to get a $100 and something thousand deposit show up in our bank account because they paid off the loan, because there's a balloon. So we have a great surprise deposit that's going to be coming here in the future. Meanwhile, we're getting the cash flow as the bank because we only need the bank.
$150 because they own $350, and then we owe less than $200 to the bank in that commercial mortgage.
Okay.
So we $150 that come to us.
Sweet. So that'll be a nice payday. But meanwhile, we're getting the cash flow from that. And we are the bank, which means we don't have to deal with the tenants or the issues or anything with that property because it's an older property, kind of has some issues. And on Preston, the big house here, we have the current market value on that is $1.2 million. This is the fair market value. And because of how much we owe, that means we have $800,000 in equity on that house.
This is the house that we built before this one for us. And in only 1 year, it went up in price for $200,000. And the builder was the same one that was going to lend us the money. They have the bank business as well. So they were not going to sell the house anymore. They were putting us so much trouble to not give us the house because they knew how much equity the house had. And if they were going to sell it to another person, they would have make a lot more money. But we were able to pay the house, not with them, but we found creatively the money as well. And we were able to pay it really fast, and they lost us as clients with the bank, right?
Yeah, we started from square one, and in 2 weeks we were closed. In 2 weeks, whereas because they wanted to basically, they canceled our financing so that they could keep the house. And we said, well, that may work for somebody else. That's not going to work on us. We are educated investors. This is going to go down, and it's going to go down now. And 2 weeks later, we owned the house. So nice try trying to steal that from us, builder. Not going to happen. So step 1, 2, and 3. Now continuing on. So that house, Preston, we decided after we built the basement, we said, okay, let's split this and rent it. And so we currently are renting the upper unit, which is the main floor and the upstairs, for $3,800 a month. And the lower unit, which is just the basement, for $2,200 a month. One of the perks of the basement is there's a home theater in there. So, and that was actually the tenants. They said one of the reasons why we love this is because of the home theater. So the mortgage on that house is $2,800 a month. And so our cash flow on that house that is, has a great amount of equity in it is $3,200 a month that it pays us. And we are just loving that. Now, from there, you look at these photos, you may say, okay, these look like the exact same house. Can you tell we have a style? We like big white houses with black trim. Who would have guessed? And gray rock and black doors. Who would have guessed? So I know they look like the same house, but trust me, they're not. The number 5 is the house we're sitting in right now, the one that we just took you through. And so that from the get-go, we said, okay, let's build it. So we bought it for $890. FMV on it, as my wife said, is $1 million. Our mortgage on it is $5,000. The basement, we're going to be renting that for $2,500.
And this is a little bit more expensive, the rent, because it has one more bathroom and one more bedroom.
Correct. Right. Yep. Extra bed, extra bath, and also just some of the amenities are a little bit nicer. And it's a different city. It's a different area. Rents here are a little more expensive than in the other city. So here we are in this house. But one thing that you may know about Utah is Utah has very snowy winters. I'm from California. My wife is from Colombia. We don't do snow. Snow is not okay. And so in order to avoid a little bit, maybe one or two, month. But after that, no, thank you. And so in order for us to avoid and to run away from the snow, we said, let's be snowbirds. A lot of people do that. They'll go to, Florida or different places during the winter, or Arizona during the winter. But we thought, let's go and hang out with family instead of, just going to a warm place. And so we purchased a 1,700 square foot, 3-bed, 3-bath townhouse in Colombia. And it is it's in a private gated community with armed security. It's in the best part of the town, right next to all the new developments, to the biggest shopping center in the city. And it is just a beautiful place. It is it's located at 9,800 feet above sea level. And so there's just green rolling hills. It's the agricultural center of the country. So the food, let me tell you, the food is amazing. And it's just a peaceful, loving, incredible place where my wife grew up and where all of her family is still. So we're able to share so much quality time with the family, living in a house that's brand new. We finished up the build, and so it has been a great.
No, it's not Bogota. Bogota is the capital of Colombia, and it's more like busy and
busy, very busy city, yeah.
But it's really close to Bogota. It's called Tunja, the city, and it's 2 hours away from Bogota.
So beautiful, so peaceful. We love it there. Mm-hmm. Now, because we're going back to number 5, because we're not going to be here during the winter, because we're not here during the winter, we are going to rent the upstairs. And we rent it fully furnished. When we built the house, we built it and designed it with that in mind. knowing, okay, let's make sure we do, double closets and all these different things, and do the layout so that it's easy for us to be able to turn over our house to a rental where we don't have to move. We just lock certain doors and move a few things here and there, and it's ready to be rented as a fully furnished traditional rental on a 6-month lease. Because there's a lot of people who move here to Utah, especially, business people, and while their house is being built or while they're looking in the area, they want a nice house to stay at with their family. They're willing to pay a higher amount. And so this is we're looking forward to getting that rented while we're gone. Because of the basement rental and the upstairs rent, while we're in Colombia, we will be cash flowing at this house rather than it burning a hole in our pocket. It'll be actually cash flowing us $1,500 a month. On the townhouse, we bought that for $100,000. We paid cash, so there's no debt or debt service on that one. And while we're in Colombia, we simply live off of our passive income, because here you've seen a couple of doors, but in total we have 15 doors, and so all of those are producing, great cash flow per month. So we're making the passive income. We live off of that. And that's what truly is allowing us to live our life by design. So we're here in Utah when it's beautiful weather. And then when it starts getting nasty, we go and it's nasty. We're not skiers or snowboarders, so it's nasty for us. We pack up and take off and go share time with family, and the kids love it. We all love it. It's an incredible experience. And so we're so grateful that because of the education that we have acquired through Renatus, through the knowledge, through the relationships, and it's been a journey. We've been able to implement those strategies, and this is an example of how we've been able to do it just for our family to truly be able to create a life by design. Now, one more thing I want to show you is, you may say, well, that seems like a lot of strategies. It is a lot of strategies. And the good thing is here's a list of some of the courses, the blue highlighted ones. Those are the courses that we studied and implemented in order to achieve the domino effect that we just showed you. Many people have heard, oh, knowledge is power. There's a lot of useless knowledge in this world. Useful knowledge applied correctly is power. And so these are, if for those of you who are students, or maybe wondering, man, that's cool, I'd like to do something similar, grab a screenshot of this. These are the courses you might want to take a look at studying in order to be able to replicate what it is that we did.
Wow, guys, what a powerful story. I just absolutely love your journey. And for the folks who kind of got on late, where did you guys start this journey at? I know Laura talked about a little bit about building credit up and things like that, because you come a long ways, right? From the beginning.
Yes.
Long ways. Yeah, where were we when we started? Well, when we started, when you moved to the United States, we had $100 to our name and $20,000 in debt from my prior company that because I had started a business, a video production house, and had 20 grand in debt and $100 to our name when we got married. I can
proudly say that I didn't marry for money.
She married me for my good looks.
Only love and looks. He's an amazing person. He's being.
Again, what an amazing story, what an amazing share, guys. As we wrap up today, again, we appreciate you guys taking time out of your day to come on. For all the folks who are on today, we appreciate them as well. But we do have folks on today that are kind of checking everything out, Ryan and Laura. They're looking at our community. They're trying to figure out this whole real estate investing thing. How would you like to wrap up today's Zoom call? As far as any words of wisdom, any advice, any direction, because again, from where you guys started to where you are today is totally inspiring. And obviously there's a lot of key things in there. You had to have the right mindset. You had to be coachable, and you had to apply the knowledge. I'm so glad you talked about that, because a lot of people have so much knowledge, but they never do anything with it. And so how would you guys like to kind of wrap up today's call?
Be coachable. I love what you said. Be coachable. Know that we don't know anything really until we start getting to know. The more we start getting to know things with education, the more we knew that, wow, we're so really ignorant. That's how we say we didn't know all these amazing things. And it has blessed our life in such a way that people really cannot understand it until they live it themselves, right? Until they start getting the knowledge as well, the education, and start knowing. If we talk with so many people with education, it's like, wow, this is so amazing, and why no more people know about it? Because everybody should know it, and that's we be compassionate about telling our family or friends and people that were around, like, guys, look, this you can do so much better by just having a little bit of knowledge. Even if you don't want so much knowledge, right? Like you don't want to do focus on many things in doing so many strategies or different other things in real estate. The knowledge of having to know how to really pay your debt with the bank, that is only right there has saved us hundreds of thousands of dollars throughout all this time. Also, the power of the knowledge of the taxes, how to pay less, so much less in taxes because of more than 400 strategies that we have to discount taxes, right? And everything being very legal. Just knowing our rights as citizens and apply them in our lives, right? Because so many people don't even know that they can even build a company and pay their kids. They don't know that. And they can discount $12,500 a year for each child. So things like that is when you start realizing why no more people know about this, because we have rights as well. And why not many people know about how to really truly pay or buy in their own house, right? Even their own house, how to buy it. And I give the example of when we buy houses, like one of the houses that we bought it for $293,000. It was a flip that we did in Ogden. That was the house that we make the most money. I give it that. We bought it in $293,000 and we sold it for $650,000. We everything was with our own money. We put $140,000, which that was a huge rehab. It's one of the biggest rehab because the house was big. It was in a loma.
It was on the side of a mountain. It was a five-story house.
So it went
single family home.
Yeah, it went from store to store. So we spent a ton of money rehabbing it, but it was wow, so amazing, the change. So beautiful. I wish we have photos right now for that one. People love it. And yes, we ended up selling it for $650 and we make $160,000. So my question is, what about
that was a good day.
That was a really good pay. What about if people educate themselves to even buy their own house? Like the guy that bought that house, he could have saved $160,000 that he pay us to do the flip for him, right? So what about if people educate themselves to even buy their own house, even if they are not interested in doing more than that? So it really is, this education is for everybody. Everybody should have it. Everybody should have it in their lives to save so much money and to make money and really enjoy life, because life is not only about work, and being a slave from a company or being a slave to someone, right? That is just, it's a blessing to have a job for people. You know, guys, you have a job, it's cool, it's blessing. You were able to pay your bills and things like that. But think about how much, once you are free from that life of working for somebody else, how much freedom you can have to work for yourself, having the right knowledge and having an education that will empower you to really do great things in your life. Be able to be free, have free from we call it we call it, I'm sorry but we call it the pay slaves, right? People get paid to work for somebody. It's like being a slave from a company, a slave from somebody, and getting paid for that. So that is something that we wanted to get out for a long time. We did it, and it's been blessing in our lives. We can say that we have the freedom of the money, but also the freedom of the time to do what we want to do in life and enjoy. And whatever it is. The only thing that impeding us to do more things right now is the school of the kids. And that's why I did homeschooling for 2 years. But this year we say, let's put the kids in school. And we're realizing how much we cannot do this because the kids are in school.
Yeah.
So that is what is taking our time.
So we'll adjust
getting
that.
us to travel more and do more things that we want to do.
And my thought in closing is just to begin with the end in mind. When you look at what is the life by design that you want to create for yourself, rather than putting the limitations of, well, this is my life and this is how I have to live it because this is what my folks did or this is what other people tell me. You design your life. If money were no longer a limiting factor in your life, what would you do every day? There's no better financial vehicle than real estate investing to get you there quicker. And so when you have the knowledge, you have the mindset, you have the relationships, you can make that happen. Once you have your destination, you know where you're wanting to get to, great. Then you can make that happen through real estate investing. And, for us, it's been such a game changer. We're so grateful because money is just a tool. Money is a tool that when generated in enough abundance allows you to dedicate your time, your energy, and your focus on those things that you're most passionate about. And I would guess most people are not passionate about sitting in a cubicle all day or doing something else. We're passionate about other things. And so what this has really enabled us to do is create a financial security and be able to live our life the way we want to. And we're so grateful. And we would invite you as well, if improving your financial situation or getting into real estate investing is something that you're considering or exploring different options, absolutely keep looking into this, keep plugging in with friends in the community because it has been an absolute game changer for us.
Well, Ryan, Laura, this has been a great property tour. Thank you for having a great wrap up there. I just love the lifestyle by design. You guys are so inspiring, and you have a beautiful family, and you guys are excited. You guys leave here in a couple weeks or 3 weeks for Colombia?
Beginning of December. Yep, beginning of December.
Okay, so you're a couple months away. So, and then you're gone for 5 months.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
December to May.
Yep, December to May. We will be relaxing. We'll be retired.
There you go.
Friends are here. You're welcome to go to Colombia. You have a house there. Yep. We can party.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys just heard it. You've been all invited to go to Colombia. So
yes,
Ryan,
that's including you 100%. So you can do house tours everywhere in the world, right? So you can come.
That's right. Well, Ryan and Laura, thank you very much. This has been a fantastic property tour. Your story is truly inspiring. And you guys are such great leaders in our community. Like I said, you're very active in real estate, but you're also helping build our community. You're helping share this opportunity with so many people, and you're such a great example. So thank you again. For everybody on. We're going to be back here next Saturday. We'd love to have you back out. We're going to actually be featuring a couple investors that we've featured before. They have acquired this past year at a resort, and we're going to be live on location there. And it's going to be pretty cool to see the updated renovations and the numbers and everything like that. So for now, have a great weekend. And thank you again, Ryan and Laura. God bless everybody.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
You.
Scott. Thank you for all you do so much for everybody around the country. Thank you, Scott.
Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Ryan.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, guys. Take care.